Okay, we gotta look serious.
Are
we looking at Megan?
I'm trying my serious face.
Serious face. Wait, no.
What is it? Is yours on the same?
There you go. You gotta do something serious.
Okay, you gotta cut it off.
No, that's great. Yeah.
What is a beautiful woman? Teen Vogue says, finding yourself and what makes you happy and healthy is always in fashion, but also runs ads for breast enhancement tablets for $229.95. You too can grow bigger boobs, feel more beautiful and sexier than ever, and have more self-esteem and more confidence. These are the kind of mixed messages the media is sending to young women in our society. We must love ourselves the way we are, but at the same time, the beauty standards are set exceptionally high in advertisements and in Hollywood fashion. In the world women live in today, it seems almost impossible to get away from the beauty stereotypes seen on television, in movies, and in magazines. Where can a woman find refuge from the message that is displayed nearly everywhere in the media? Contrary to the image our society portrays, the Bible shows women a deeper meaning of beauty. Proverbs 31:30 says, "Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." Within the Bible, true beauty comes from the heart rather than from a woman's physical beauty. Our society is filled with physical images that a woman must portray, but the Bible presents a better alternative for measuring a woman's beauty, her heart. Britney Spears, Jessica Simpson, and Beyonce Knowles all have one major thing in common. They are all physically beautiful. They are thin, they have flawless skin, and big boobs. This idea of perfection that the media portrays is extremely far-fetched and unattainable for most. Canadian researcher Gregory Fouts reports that over 3/4 of the female characters in TV situation comedies are underweight and only 1 in 20 are above average in size. This display of underweight women shows the pressure that women feel even in Hollywood to be thin. Not only do the women in Hollywood put pressure on the average women to be thin, but also those same women feel the overwhelming pressure to look perfect in their work atmosphere. The Media Awareness Network states that the average North American girl will watch over 5,000 hours of television, including 80,000 ads, before she starts kindergarten. This shocking statistic shows the massive amount of media intake the female absorbs. If an average girl watches that huge of amount of television before she goes to kindergarten, think about how much she will watch before she's 15. With the amount of media intake women are constantly fed, women are exposed to unattainable goals of perfection day in and day out. As a result of the unattainable physical perfection the media portrays, women suffer from both negative self-image and eating disorders. In the book Who Calls Me Beautiful, the author Regina Franklin gives an example of the popular show Everybody Loves Raymond. The co-star Patricia Heaton plays an ordinary housewife. In an interview, Heaton herself publicly shares her plastic surgery, including a tummy tuck and a breast lift. Later in the interview, while discussing her various surgeries, Heaton pulled from her purse a small plastic bag marked lunch, filled with pills and capsules. Herbs, she says, something that helps process body fat, another that's an appetite suppressant. Patricia Heaton portrays an average housewife and mother on her television show, but still exudes an unreachable ideal through her own pursuit of physical perfection. Thus, the entertainment industry sends contradictory messages. While claiming to portray an average woman, it presents instead the culture's idea of the perfect woman. If Patricia Heaton has to work so hard and pay absurd amounts of money to look good enough to represent the average housewife, then what kind of message are we sending to the truly average women in society? Perfection that one cannot ever live up to. Random House Webster's College Dictionary defines self-image as the conception or mental image one has of oneself. If women are constantly bombarded with the perfect women in Hollywood, they will too feel the overwhelming need to reach this unattainable standard. This desire to be ideal leads to a negative concept of oneself. If this negative self-image continues to decline, it can possibly lead to a more serious issue. Eating disorders can also result in the negative images shown in the media. The American research group Anorexia Nervosa and Related Eating Disorders Incorporated says that 1 out of every 4 college-aged women uses unhealthy methods of weight control, including fasting, skipping meals, excessive exercise, laxative abuse, and self-induced vomiting. And the Canadian Fitness and Lifestyle Research Institute warns that weight control measures are being taken by girls as young as 9. This image that the world places on women has the potential not only to harm them mentally but physically as well. This mindset that women have today is being observed by young women. This insecurity that women have of their own body size is being realized by young and impressionable girls. Is this the kind of example we want to set for our girls today? Is this the kind of example we want to set for them? Sorry, repeating myself. Teen Magazine reported that 35% of girls 6 to 12 years old have been on at least one diet, and that 50 to 70% of normal weight girls believe they are overweight. The media not only makes those who are overweight look at themselves negatively, but the media also makes the average size girl feel inferior as well. The media influence on women increasingly affects women by decreasing their self-image and sometimes leads to physical harmful eating disorders. Fashion in our culture is all about what will make a woman look sexy, or what will make them look hot, I guess that's what you call it today. It's all about a plunging neckline or a short skirt or tight pants. Magazines are filled with ads containing women that advertise more of their bodies than what they're trying to sell. For example, Ashley Simpson modeled for an advertisement for Candy shoes, and the irony of the photograph was that the shoe she was wearing was barely visible, but the picture displayed her wearing, she was sitting on a bed with a low-cut t-shirt, bikini-style panties, fishnet knee-highs, and in the bottom left corner you can see the shoes she's advertising. Even in advertisement for shoes today, shoes in today's magazines must be sexy to make them more appealing. Attracting the opposite sex is the main reason for the lack of modesty in the media. Mary Pfeiffer, a clinical psychologist, concludes that teen magazines are a good example of the training in lookism that girls receive. The emphasis was on makeup, fashion, and weight. Girls were encouraged to spend money and to diet and work out in order to develop the looks that would attract boys. Apparently attracting boys was the sole purpose of life. I couldn't find one that wasn't preaching the message, don't worry about feeling good or being good, worry about looking good. Women long for love more than anything and seek it in any way possible. Women are influenced by their own culture and by their need to feel personal worth, even if it means being reduced to an object. The media's lack of modesty in fashion does not only display a standard of beauty impossible to live up to, but also defiles the true beauty a woman can possess. With all of the misconstrued portrayals of women's beauty in the world, how can a woman find her true beauty? The Bible offers a different alternative if one accepts the sacrifice that Christ paid for them on the cross. Each woman can choose to measure their beauty according to God's standards. Psalm 139:13 through 15 says, "Oh yes, you shaped me first inside then out. You formed me in my mother's womb. Body and soul I am marvelously made. I worship in adoration, what a creation. You know me inside and out. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made, bit by bit, how I was sculpted from nothing into something." God formed each and every person with his hands. The importance of this verse is displayed in the order it's written. God first shaped our inner being, then our outer being.